I stand in front of the mirror, adjusting the black dress that belonged to my mother before she became someone I barely recognize. The fabric feels like a stranger's skin against mine, just like this whole evening feels like a carefully orchestrated lie. My name is Morgan, and tonight I'm supposed to play the role of the happy daughter at my mother's engagement party. The invitation arrived 3 days ago, wrapped in cream-colored paper that probably cost more than my weekly groceries. No prior warning. No family discussion. Just a fancy piece of paper announcing that Grace Carter would become Grace Mitchell. Morgan, sweetheart, are you ready? Mother's voice floats up the stairs, syrupy sweet, the way it gets when she wants something. The guests are arriving. I dig my nails into my palms. Coming. The house smells different now, like expensive perfume and unfamiliar cologne. Gone are the traces of Dad's favorite coffee and his old leather armchair. Mother had it removed last month, claiming it didn't match the new decor. Just like that, 17 years of morning conversations with Dad, wiped away with the interior decorator's wave. I descend the stairs, each step measured and deliberate. The foyer bustles with caterers and event staff, transforming our home into something out of a lifestyle magazine. Mother stands at the center of it all, radiant in her designer dress, her hand intertwined with Henry Mitchell's, her new beginning, my nightmare. There you are. She beckons me over, her smile too bright, too practiced. Henry's daughter Olivia is dying to meet you. A girl emerges from behind Henry, all perfect curls and calculated warmth. 15 going on 30, wearing a dress that probably costs more than my college fund. I always wanted a sister, she says, her voice dripping with rehearsed enthusiasm. I force my face into what I hope passes for a smile. How nice. Henry clears his throat, his hand possessive on Mother's waist. Grace tells me you're finishing high school this year, Morgan. Any thoughts about college? Dad's alma mater, I answer automatically. He always said, "Oh, honey," Mother interrupts. "We should discuss that later. The Petersons just arrived." And just like that, I'm dismissed, relegated to the background of their perfect family portrait. I watch as Mother glides through the crowd, introducing her new family to our old friends. Each time she says, "My daughter Morgan," it sounds more like an afterthought. I retreat to the kitchen, seeking refuge among the catering staff. Through the service window, I catch glimpses of the party. Olivia charming Dad's old colleagues, Henry commanding attention with stories of his business success, Mother laughing at all the right moments. They make quite the picture, don't they? I turn to find Thomas, my grandfather, studying me with knowing eyes. He's the only one who still looks at me the same way he did before Dad died. "Did you know?" I ask, my voice barely steady. "About the engagement?" He shakes his head, his expression grim. "Found out same time as you, kid. Your mother's always been good at keeping secrets when it suits her." Through the window, I watch as Henry raises his glass. "To new beginnings," he announces, and the crowd echoes his toast. Mother beams, but her eyes dart around the room, seeking me out. When she finds me watching from the kitchen, something flickers across her face, guilt perhaps, or maybe just annoyance at my absence from her perfect moment. "Your father would be proud of you," Grandpa Thomas says quietly, "standing your ground." I grip the counter edge until my knuckles turn white. She's erasing him, Grandpa. Everything he was, everything he wanted for us, she's just replacing it all. Then don't let her. His voice carries the weight of promise. Your father left more than just memories, Morgan. When the time comes, you'll understand. I look at him sharply, but he's already turning away, leaving me with questions I'm not sure I want answered. In the other room, Mother's laugh rings out, artificial and sharp like breaking glass. This isn't just about an engagement anymore. This is about preservation, of memories, of promises, of everything Dad held dear. And if Mother thinks she can simply write over our past with her golden future, she's about to learn exactly how much of him lives on in me. The lock clicks differently now. That's the first thing I notice when I return home from school. The sound is wrong, like everything else since the engagement party 3 days ago. I push open the door and freeze. My room isn't my room anymore. Pale pink walls have replaced the deep blue I picked with Dad. My photography collection, carefully curated over years, has vanished, replaced by fashion magazine cutouts and selfies of Olivia with her friends. My desk, where I spent countless nights studying, now holds a vanity mirror bordered with LED lights. "Do you like it?" Olivia appears behind me, her voice honey-sweet. "Your mother said I could redecorate since you'll be leaving for college soon anyway." I turn slowly, my hands trembling. "Where are my things?" "Oh, those old photos?" She waves dismissively. Grace packed them away somewhere. The basement, I think? She said we needed to modernize the space. The basement, where forgotten things go to die. I brush past her, taking the stairs two at a time. Mother stands in the kitchen, arranging flowers in a crystal vase I've never seen before. Morgan, perfect timing. Henry and Olivia are joining us for dinner. Could you set the table? My room. I manage through clenched teeth. You gave away my room. She doesn't look up from her flowers. Don't be dramatic. We're all going to be family soon. Olivia needs her own space, and you'll be gone in a few months anyway. Gone? The word tastes bitter. I haven't even applied to colleges yet. About that. She finally meets my eyes. Henry thinks it might be best if you consider community college first, with the wedding expenses and Olivia's private school tuition. The vase wobbles as my hands slam against the counter. Private school? What about my college fund? Morgan. Her voice sharpens. Henry is being incredibly generous, taking us both in. The least we can do is ensure Olivia gets the best education possible. The least we can do? I laugh, but it sounds more like breaking glass. That money was from Dad. He saved it for my education. Your father isn't here anymore. She straightens her designer blouse, another new addition to her wardrobe. We need to think about the future, not cling to the past. The front door opens, and Henry's voice booms through the house. Something smells wonderful. Mother's face transforms instantly, softening into the perfect hostess. In the kitchen, darling. I watch as Henry sweeps in, kissing her cheek before nodding at me. Morgan, how was school? Before I can answer, Olivia bounces in. Daddy, wait until you see my new room. Grace helped me pick everything out. It's absolutely perfect. My room, I correct quietly. No one seems to hear. Dinner is a performance. Mother and Henry discuss wedding plans while Olivia interjects with suggestions about colors and flowers. I push food around my plate, wondering if Dad's ghost is watching this travesty from somewhere. Oh, and Morgan, Henry says between bites. I've arranged for you to intern at my friend's local newspaper this summer. Good experience for community college. My fork clatters against the plate. I already have summer plans. Photography workshop in New York. That expensive program? Mother frowns. We discussed this. It's not practical anymore. Dad promised, I start. Well, he's not here to keep that promise, is he? The words slice through the air, leaving silence in their wake. I stand up so quickly my chair tips backward. No, he's not. And you're making damn sure I never forget that. Morgan. Mother's shock seems genuine, as if she can't fathom why I'm upset. I back away from the table, from these strangers wearing family masks. I'm going to Grandpa Thomas's. Don't be ridiculous, Mother calls after me. You can't just leave in the middle of dinner. But I'm already grabbing my keys, my phone, anything within reach. Behind me, I hear Olivia's staged whisper. Is she always this dramatic? The drive to Grandpa's takes 12 minutes. I know because I count every second, trying to breathe through the rage and grief fighting in my chest. His porch light is on, like always, a beacon in the growing dark. He opens the door before I knock. One look at my face telling him everything he needs to know. They redecorated your room, didn't they? I nod, words stuck somewhere between anger and tears. Come on in, kid. He steps aside. I've got some things to show you about your father's estate, things your mother doesn't know about yet. For the first time today, I feel something like hope. Grandpa Thomas spreads the papers across his kitchen table, each document a piece of the puzzle Dad left behind. Bank statements, insurance policies, property deeds, a paper trail of promises I never knew existed. Your father wasn't just thinking about college, Grandpa says, tapping a particular document. He set up a trust, one your mother can't touch. My hands shake as I read the numbers. This can't be right. James was always smarter than Grace gave him credit for. Grandpa's voice carries a hint of satisfaction. He knew she'd try to control your future someday. The front door chimes, interrupting our conversation. Through the window, I spot Mother's Mercedes in the driveway, its pristine surface reflecting the setting sun like a warning. Morgan, her voice rings through the house. I know you're here. We need to talk about your behavior. Grandpa Thomas meets my eyes. Your choice, kid. Face her now or wait. I gather the papers, sliding them into my backpack. Now, I'm done running. Mother stands in the living room, designer purse clutched like a shield. This tantrum needs to stop. Henry and Olivia are trying so hard to welcome you into the family. By stealing my college fund, the words taste like acid. That money is going toward building our future together. She steps closer, reaching for my arm. Morgan, please try to understand. Henry can provide opportunities we never had before. You mean opportunities for Olivia? I pull away. Show her the trust fund documents, Grandpa. He hands them over without a word. Mother's face changes as she reads. Confusion, then shock, then something darker. This isn't possible, she whispers. James didn't have this kind of money. Dad had a lot of things you didn't know about. I watch her carefully. Including the house deed. Did you tell Henry it's still in Dad's name? That you can't sell it without my signature when I turn 18? The papers crumple in her grip. You're 17. I'm still your legal guardian. For 8 more months, I take a step forward. Long enough to watch you and Henry waste my college fund on Olivia's private school? I don't think so. You ungrateful... She catches herself, smoothing her expression. Morgan, everything I've done has been for us, for our security. No. The certainty in my voice surprises even me. Everything you've done has been for you. Dad made sure I'd have choices, Mother, real ones, not the scraps you and Henry decide to throw my way. Her phone buzzes, probably Henry wondering where she is. She glances at it, then back at me, calculation replacing anger. We can discuss this later when you're thinking clearly. She turns to leave, then pauses. But remember who's still in charge for the next 8 months. Don't push me, Morgan. After she's gone, Grandpa Thomas settles into his armchair. She'll try something now. You know that, right? I nod, already scrolling through my phone. That's why I'm calling Dad's lawyer, the one you recommended. Smart girl. He smiles, but it doesn't reach his eyes. Your father would be proud. But Morgan? Yeah? Watch out for Olivia. She's more like her father than your mother realizes. I think of my transformed bedroom, of Olivia's calculated innocence. I know, but they don't know what I know now. Just be careful. He coughs, a rough sound that makes me look at him sharply. This kind of fight, it changes people. I'm already changed. I touch the trust fund papers in my bag. They just don't know it yet. That night I drive past our house, my house, technically. Through the window I see them, Mother, Henry, and Olivia, gathered around the dinner table like a perfect family portrait. Olivia catches my eye and waves, all sugar-sweet venom. I don't wave back. Instead, I take a photo with my phone, documenting this moment. The calm before the storm they don't see coming. Let them play house. Let them think they've won. In 8 months, they'll learn what Dad always taught me. The quiet ones, the ones you underestimate, they're the ones you should watch out for. I start the car, but before I pull away, I send the photo to Mother with a simple message. Enjoy my college fund while you can. Time's running out. Then I block her number and drive back to Grandpa's house, where the real planning can begin. The local coffee shop becomes my refuge, a place where I can spread out college applications and scholarship forms without Mother's disapproving shadow. I've been living at Grandpa's for 2 weeks now, each day a small victory in reclaiming my life. Your usual? Sarah, the barista, already has my order started. Thanks. I pull out Dad's old laptop, the one thing I managed to save before Olivia's invasion. Double shot today. Rough morning? Before I can answer, my phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. A photo appears. My childhood bedroom, now completely gutted. The caption reads, "Making space for my dance studio. Hope you didn't leave anything important behind." Oh, my hands clench around the phone. Through the window, I spot Henry's Mercedes idling across the street, Olivia in the passenger seat, phone still raised. She waves, all innocence and spite. Morgan? Sarah sets down my coffee. You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. Something like that. I force myself to look away from the window. Hey, are you still looking for weekend help? She brightens. Actually, yeah. You interested? Very. I need money that Mother can't control, a backup plan she can't touch. The bell above the door chimes. Grandpa Thomas walks in, but something's wrong. His usual steady stride is slower, more deliberate. He spots me and manages a smile that doesn't quite mask his exhaustion. Thought I'd find you here. He settles into the chair across from me, waving off my concerned look. Just the stares giving these old bones trouble. Grandpa, don't. He pulls out a thick manila envelope. We have more important things to discuss. Your father's lawyer called. My coffee goes cold as we review the documents. Dad's trust fund is ironclad, but there's a catch. I can't access it until I'm 18 or enrolled in college, whichever comes first. Mother's trying to delay my college applications, I realize. That's why she keeps pushing community college. She wants to control the money as long as possible. Grandpa nods grimly. But there's something else. He slides over another document, this one yellowed with age. The house deed has a clause your mother doesn't know about. If she remarries while you're still a minor, control of the property goes to a trust managed by you, I breathe, understanding dawning. Dad made you the trustee. Smart man, your father. Grandpa's pride is evident. He knew Grace better than she thought. My phone buzzes again. Mother this time. I silence it without looking. They're going to fight this, I say. Count on it. He coughs, a rough sound that makes my chest tighten. That's why we need to move fast. The wedding's in 6 weeks. Grandpa, are you sure I'm fine. He waves off my concern again, but I catch the slight tremor in his hand. Focus on what matters. Get those applications done. I'll handle the legal side. The bell chimes again. Henry walks in, all corporate confidence and calculated charm. Not a coincidence, then. They followed me here. Morgan, Thomas. He nods to us both. Grace is worried sick, you know. This rebellion has gone on long enough. I start gathering my papers, but Grandpa's hand on my arm stops me. We're not finished here, Henry. Actually, I think you are. Henry's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Grace mentioned you've been feeling under the weather lately, Thomas. Perhaps you should focus on your health rather than encouraging Morgan's difficult phase. The threat hangs in the air, subtle but clear. Interesting concern, Grandpa replies mildly. I'm well enough to execute my duties as trustee, though, both legal and ethical ones. Henry's smile falters for just a moment. Trustee? Morgan, show him the deed clause. Grandpa's voice carries a strength I haven't heard in days. The one about remarriage and property rights. I slide the document across the table, watching Henry's face as he reads. His composed mask cracks, just slightly, but it's enough. We'll have our lawyers review this, he says finally, his tone carefully neutral. Please do. Grandpa stands, steadier now despite his earlier weakness. And Henry? Tell Grace that if anything happens to me before the wedding, everything goes directly to Morgan. Immediately. I've made sure of that. As Henry leaves, I turn to my grandfather. Did Dad really plan all this? Your father knew the value of a good backup plan. He smiles, but I catch the flash of pain he tries to hide. Now, about those college applications. I open my laptop again, but my eyes stay on Grandpa, worry gnawing at my chest. We're winning this battle, but I can't shake the feeling that we're running out of time. The acceptance letter from Dad's alma mater sits on Grandpa's kitchen table like a time bomb, full scholarship, everything Dad ever wanted for me, everything Mother tried to prevent. I haven't told her yet. Grandpa shuffles in, his morning paper tucked under his arm. The shuffling is new, like his cough, like the way he grips furniture when he thinks I'm not looking. He's getting worse, but neither of us acknowledges it. Big day, he says, nodding at the letter. Your father would be proud. Mother's lawyer called again. I push my untouched coffee aside. They want a meeting, all of us. He settles into his chair with a barely concealed wince. Of course they do, the wedding's in 2 weeks. The doorbell interrupts us. Through the window, I spot Mother's Mercedes, but it's Henry who stands on the porch, alone for once. Morgan. He nods as I open the door. Thomas, may I come in? Grandpa waves him toward the kitchen, where my acceptance letter lies exposed. Henry's eyes fix on the university letterhead, his expression tightening. Congratulations, he says smoothly, though I assume you haven't accepted yet. Actually, before you do, he interrupts, I have a proposition, one that could benefit everyone. Grandpa's hand tightens on his coffee cup. Careful, Henry. It's quite simple. Henry pulls out a checkbook. Defer college for a year. Let Grace have her wedding, let the dust settle. In return, I'll personally fund your education, any school you choose. You mean let the trust fund stay under Mother's control? I mean give your mother this one thing. His voice softens. She's trying, Morgan, in her way. By stealing my college fund? By erasing Dad from our lives? By surviving. He writes something on a check, slides it across the table. This could end the fighting, give everyone a fresh start. The amount makes my breath catch. More than the trust fund, more than I'd need for any university. And all I have to do is disappear for a year? My voice sounds distant to my own ears. Let mother play happy families while Olivia takes over my life? Think of it as an investment in peace. Grandpa starts coughing, deep, racking coughs that shake his whole body. I rush to get his water, but he waves me off. I'm fine. He manages between coughs. Just need a minute. Henry watches this exchange with calculated interest. Thomas, perhaps you should see a doctor. Grace mentioned you've been unwell. I don't need... Another coughing fit cuts him off. Actually, Henry continues, I know an excellent specialist. I'd be happy to arrange an appointment. Consider it part of our agreement. The manipulation is so obvious, it burns. I look at Grandpa, at the way his hands shake, at the pallor of his skin, then at the check, at the acceptance letter that represents everything I've fought for. Morgan. Grandpa's voice is steady despite his weakness. Remember what your father said about shortcuts. This isn't a shortcut, Henry interjects. It's a compromise, one that could help everyone, including Thomas. I pick up the check, feel its weight in my hands. Think about Grandpa's worsening health, about Mother's determination to control my future, about Olivia's smirking victory. Then I tear it in half. No deal. I meet Henry's startled gaze. I'm accepting the scholarship. I'm keeping the house. And if anything happens to Grandpa, anything at all, every lawyer in the state will know exactly who to investigate. Henry's mask slips, just for a moment. You're making a mistake. No, you are. I gather the torn pieces of his check. You thought you could buy me off like you bought Mother, but Dad taught me better than that. Your father is dead, he says flatly. And Thomas, well, time will tell. The threat hangs in the air as he leaves. When his car pulls away, Grandpa reaches for my hand. You okay, kid? I'm not. I'm terrified of losing him, of facing Mother's fury, of fighting this battle alone. But I think of Dad, of his quiet strength, of the legacy he left me to protect. I need to make some calls, I say instead, starting with Dad's lawyer. Grandpa nods, understanding everything I'm not saying. Whatever happens next, Morgan, remember, you're your father's daughter. I look at the acceptance letter again, at my future written in black and white. 2 weeks until the wedding. 2 weeks to prepare for whatever Henry and Mother are planning. 2 weeks to make sure I don't lose everything, or everyone, I have left. The funeral home smells like Mother's expensive perfume and false sympathy. Grandpa Thomas died 3 days before her wedding, his heart giving out in the quiet hours of mourning while I slept down the hall. Now I stand beside his casket, watching Mother work the room like it's another social event. Such a tragedy, she keeps saying. At least he lived to see Morgan get into college. The college acceptance letter sits in my pocket, creased and worn. Grandpa insisted I bring it today, his last coherent request before the end. I didn't understand why until Dad's lawyer approached me an hour ago, envelope in hand. Your grandfather was very specific about the timing, he said quietly, to be opened at the memorial, not before. Now the envelope burns in my other pocket, waiting. Morgan. Henry materializes beside me, his voice low. Grace would like you to say a few words. Family unity, especially today. I turn to face him. The wedding's tomorrow. Couldn't even wait a week. Life goes on. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. Thomas would have understood. Thomas understood everything. I pull out the envelope, including you. Before he can respond, Mother calls everyone to attention. She stands at the podium, elegant in designer black, Olivia at her side like a shadow. We're here to celebrate Thomas's life, she begins. A wonderful father, grandfather, and trustee. I step forward, breaking protocol, breaking the perfect facade she's built. Maybe we should talk about that part. The room goes quiet. Mother's smile freezes. Morgan, sweetheart, this isn't the time. Actually, it's exactly the time. I open the envelope, hands steady despite everything. Grandpa Thomas left instructions about the house, about the trust fund, about everything. Henry moves toward me, but I'm already reading. In the event of my death, all trustee responsibilities transfer immediately to Morgan Carter, effective on her 18th birthday in 3 months. Until then, all assets are frozen. Mother's composure cracks. That's impossible. She's still a minor. With a court-appointed guardian. Dad's lawyer steps forward. Me. Thomas arranged it last week. The whispers start. I watch Mother's carefully constructed world crumble in real time. Olivia's smirk vanishes. Henry's mask slips completely. You can't do this, Mother hisses, grabbing my arm. This is my house, my life. It was Dad's house. I pull away. And Grandpa protected it, just like he protected me. The wedding tomorrow? You can have it anywhere but there. You ungrateful. She catches herself, aware of the audience. Everything I've done was for us, for your future. No. My voice breaks just a little. Everything you've done was for you. And now you've lost it all. The next moments blur. Mother crying perfectly orchestrated tears. Henry making urgent phone calls. Olivia's venomous glare as their perfect plan implodes. I step outside, needing air, needing space. The autumn wind carries leaves across the parking lot, red and gold, like the ones Grandpa and I used to collect. The grief hits then, a physical force that drives me to my knees. Morgan, Dad's lawyer, no, my guardian now, touches my shoulder. There's more. Thomas left you a letter. Another envelope. My hands shake as I open it, recognizing Grandpa's unsteady handwriting. My dear Morgan, by now they've shown their true colors. Your mother will try to paint me as senile. Henry will threaten legal action, and you'll feel more alone than ever. But remember, you're a Carter. Your father and I made sure you'd have the tools to fight back. The house, the trust fund, your future, they're yours to protect now. Don't let the grief blind you. Don't let revenge consume you. Build something better from these ashes. I'm sorry I couldn't stay longer. But you don't need me anymore. You never did. All my love, Grandpa Thomas. The paper blurs as tears fall. Behind me, I hear Mother's voice rising. Henry's attempts to control the situation. Olivia's dramatic sobs. Their perfect world is shattering, and I should feel victorious. Instead, I feel hollow, empty. Grandpa's gone. Really gone.